I'm feeling a lot better. A little mild. I feel a little mild nausea or vertigo here or there, but it's very, very mild. So I'm okay. I was not going to be able to squat or deadlift with that because it would have exacerbated it. So we're just going to knock out the cardio today. We'll start on the full body stuff tomorrow. Like I said, I have a really good game plan for it because, again, I can choose to do it 4 or 5 days, and if I'm just having a crazy week, I can do it 3, and then every muscle still gets plenty of stimulus. The main thing is, doing 3 sets, 1 exercise for a muscle, and it works. Again, just trying to make sure everything stays fully stimulated and nothing really gets overtrained in an individual day. But my other thought with it is let's keep energy turnover as high as possible, and that kind of matters for later in the day. If I've done a squat or a deadlift in my calves, even if I've done more upper body stuff than lower, which I'm going to do, my energy turnover is still going to be higher later during that cardio. So again, it's just about optimizing stuff right now, right? But then I can rotate movements. So if we're worried about a little overuse, I can just bench twice a week, not a big deal. I can literally do dips. I thought about incline, but I'm like, do I really need incline? Do direct shoulder work, I won't need it, doesn't matter. Dips or bench, the 2 movements, I think the 3 movements I'm going to keep in all the time will be barbell curls, with barbell pullover, because I really want to progress on those 2 movements. Which, by the way, lat DOMs today, which is surprising because the pull-ups from my normal pull-up stuff, everything was good, but that whole lat area right by the tricep, which my tricep work really well on those, they have DOMs. So since I did the barbell and bumped that weight up, it's technically more weight than I normally do on a pullover with those pauses, not fighting my grip, trying to pinch plates. Yeah, buddy. So it's just going to take my lats up another tier, right? So for the serious, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, every day I'll start with either a squat or a deadlift, right? Do my 3 sets of it. And then we've done that really hard stuff. Then we just go straight to pressing. Same thing, I can do a pull-up or a row every day. But the main thing I will keep constant, I do think, pullovers and barbell curls. I think those are really going to be stuff I need to push. I need that progression on those, right? And I definitely need the progression on the barbell curls, and because really those are going to bring up my arms the most. Like a full range of motion barbell curl, plus the big movement that you can progress on, and then the pullover because of that tricep long head, right? So the dips are not going to hurt at all. I may do more dipping than benching. It's kind of like if I bench twice a week, am I good? Probably. So again, we'll get all the dips and stuff in. I think it'll work out well. Plus, I've done lots of full body in the past. So now Blaha comes around full circle. We get full body Blaha again, and then we get over to super lean Blaha with all this bro dieting and cardio. Is this the most intense period of training you've ever done? Lifting? Or do you mean cardio and weight loss? The answer is no to both. Have I done this level of intensity of either concurrently? Dude, my training for meets is more intense. I've also done 7-day a week, max effort, followed by volume. So no, I've trained with lifting. I've trained more intense than this. I did 0 cardio while doing it. As far as cardio and weight loss, my most intense was my first year of exercising. I lost 150 pounds in a year and a half. So I lost 100 pounds in 1 year. That was intense, right? I might have lost more than 100. It could have been like 120 in 1 year, just continual loss. And I cardioed my way through that because I wasn't really lifting. I was doing a few little minor things, push-ups and stuff. But, Um, so no, definitely not the most intense. But as far as me actually lifting hard while doing lots of cardio to get leaner, yeah, we're definitely at the combined intensity, sure. But no, not individual. You guys have seen me train harder than this. I would say the most intense was the everyday training, 6 to 7 days a week, where I was doing a training max and then a bunch of sets of 10 plus on stuff, right? That's when I hit that, I definitely hit a 625 deficit deadlift in that point. I hit some other stuff like that, some crazy stuff. I didn't. I got to a 600. First time I got into the 600s here for you guys on the deadlift. Squatting well into the fives, close gripping, whatever, 350, 355, something like that. What's up, William? But I wasn't doing any cardio. But I've vlogged all that, like I filmed all that stuff. So I would do a training max and then just do pump work. It was like 7-day upper lower. Williamson, what's up? How you doing, man? Appreciate the love. We're just out here getting this fasted cardio done. Right? Hopefully we get a nice lively stream for it. Hopefully, we'll see. It is what it is. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, Coach, I literally just went and trained a client, came back. No, we just started back up. I did 7 minutes on Facebook first. But we started back up. We're just going to get this cardio done. Also, guys, I did put my Amazon wish list up. Dean said in here, he's like, dude, I don't see it anywhere. It's like it's under every video. So I went ahead and put my Amazon wish list in the community tab. Figured, why not? People want to buy me some protein and coffee to help my gut. I might as well put it up. See if the fans will show some love. Some of them will, some of them won't. I put it up on Facebook too. Because why not, right? People get mad when you do that. Some people do. I'm like, well, why not? Everyone else does it. Every single influencer, all these fitness influencers, they all do it. So why can't Coach, And here's the thing, it's not scamming anybody. That's the difference. I get it. For your birthday, when is it? It's in December. Yeah, Chad, we're away from my birthday, dude. We're halfway away. Sorry, man. Someone bought me a tub for my birthday, though. Yeah, last time. It was kind of funny. And now. Yeah, my birthday's not till December, dude. You want to know the funny part? Remember how Lane Norton was my nemesis and sued me and everything way back in the day? He and I have the same birthday. Matt Ogus discovered it. And he was like, oh my God, I just saw him. And I didn't know because our whole fight had been going on there. And he's like, and he posted the screenshots, the birthdays today on Facebook. I'll get you some BCAAs. No, we don't need BCAAs, bro. They don't do anything. Just protein, man. Yeah, we already know BCAAs don't work. It's funny you mentioned that because that's what I got sued over, calling out the research. And later I was vindicated by meta-analysis. The BCAAs are in fact completely useless. That would be crazy if someone sent me some that would be like, you literally threw away money to send me something is useless. Oh God. The funniest thing is when people say, all right, you talk about a cope. When that comes up, people say, okay, I know they probably don't work, but I take them for the flavor. I'm like, how funny is that? Does anyone understand why that's ironic? With stalling after 5-pound increases on compounds be normal if doing your lean gain? Everyone stalls everywhere. What do you mean my lean gains? Bronze. What do you mean mine? It's everybody's. You do realize how many coaches do this, right? It's becoming relatively normal for elite strength coaches. It's not me. It's like, I don't know why this is being attributed to me. Like, why are you pinning something on me that most of the best coaches are promoting and doing at this point? What does it have to do with me? So I've just found it to work extremely well for my clients. All right. But why are we doing that sort of approach at all? Outside of novice linear progression, why would we be doing that? What do you mean 5-pound increases? That's only ranked novices where we do that. Everyone else, it's based upon your week-to-week progression, what's happening with your sets. I want to know your thoughts on all the micro-sheet, cognitive, nootropics. I don't have any thoughts on that at all. All right, I'm saying if they're gaining weight slowly, they shouldn't be expecting to have 5 pounds. No one's going to add 5 pounds every session outside of the ranked novice anyways. Okay, so here's my question. And you're not going to like this. So if your novices are doing a cookie cutter linear progression like that, why do they need a coach? You're just coaching their form, right? So they're just getting starting strength. They don't need you to write their program, so why are you worried about it? Those are cookie cutter for approaches for people who are not being directly coached. I don't do that sort of stuff. We don't have stall. Like if I'm coaching a novice one-on-one like that, we don't use that type of programming. That's for people who are unsupervised. That's why we write those programs for people who are not being coached. No, everyone makes lean gains. Bronze. No, the type of programming you're doing to where you add 5 pounds every session and then reset on a stall, you don't do that when you're coaching people yourself. That's for people who are not being coached. Nootropics, I don't know anything about nootropics, guys. Have you ever experiment? Why would I experiment with pre-workouts? They've been proven to not work. All right. I'm doing afternoon incredible watching you do cardio this morning. Hope this will double my fat burn. There you go, man. I mean, cardio helps. So, but back to the point, Bronze. You do understand that add 5 pounds a workout until you stall and reset is for uncoached, unsupervised novices. If I'm going to coach a novice, we're going to take sets to 1 rep in reserve. And I'm going to count the reps and adjust the weight week to week based upon how their reps increase. We're not going to do a 3x5 and then add 5 pounds and then do a 3x5 and add 5 pounds until they stall. We're not going to stall. We're not going to have reps in reserve like that they're doing. We're literally just going to go fairly hard sets all the way through and adjust the weight based upon their rate of progress. Right? That's how we do. When you're coaching the person, that's how we deal with it. We don't do the 3x5. No, they might get 7, and then you need to add weight. So that's how we do it. At least that's the way I do it. So the other stuff, those novice linear progressions are for untrained, like not being trained, uncoached novices, so that they don't mess up. It's to make sure that they're continually adding weight to the bar and not pussing out, because they're left to their own devices. This is to prevent them from doing that. But when you're coaching someone, you don't need that tool anymore. Coach does have decades of experience. All right. Hey, so what do you mean stalling? They're just going to progress at the rate that they progress. All right. All right, next. I want to go into this too much further because I do feel like you're over here had a guy go up to 230 and gain a bunch of fat. I'm not going to be a big fan of that, man. The dude's just getting fat. Daddy needs a like. Daddy needs them likes. Hit those likes for Coach. The plunger. You remain unshaven. Your pretty handsome face. Well, I can't do the beard right now. My skin is completely out of control. So when I'm losing a lot of body fat sometimes or deficit, it seems like my psoriasis gets really bad. So my face is pretty much shedding like a snake. So I had to take the beard off because it's just like, it's kind of gross. You know, does that make sense? Same reason I had to shave my head. Well, I'm glad I'm thinning because I don't have to shave as much with, 40% of my hair gone. Yeah, it's bad. Like I'm when I say peeling like a snake, I'm talking like 1-inch strips of skin just being, you can just hold it. So every day, like 7 days a week. So it's like I had to just get the beard down so I can get sun to it, keep it scrubbed down, clean. I have psoriasis no matter what food I eat. It doesn't matter what dietary approach I use, I always have some. Not a factor. And I don't think I'm deficient in anything. Have you changed people from 0 lean gains? I've never heard of this. You've never seen anybody literally get leaner there for the first 3 years in the gym? You got to be kidding me. Especially if they're physique oriented. I mean, we're still going to do big heavy lifts. Dude, the average American male, you could literally just keep them in a small deficit their first 2 years in the gym and they'll get bigger and stronger while losing a pound every month. Right? But yeah, I'm good, man. I don't need advice on my psoriasis from randoms, guys. Sorry. I've been dealing with it for over 40 years. So I'm good. No offense intended. But hey, Bronze, I'm noticing just the same thing. You seem to be just really opposed to the idea of lean gains. I think maybe you spent too much time in the starting strength Kool-Aid or something. Yeah, it's perfectly viable. All the evidence supports it. We've all had clients do it. I've literally trained women in person from scratch who had no real barbell experience, who literally lost weight the entire time and got strong. Let alone guys. So, I mean, I've definitely trained women who, for 6 months, they lost 10 pounds while stacking their squat and deadlift up. All right? So who said lean gains? How about we recomp and lose fat? You think you'll finish your cut at current? I don't have an estimate. And I don't have to have an estimate. That's the beauty of it. Just keep cutting till we get lean enough and then we say, okay, we're here. Right? And I'm having to adjust because I feel like I'm holding water. I feel like I'm pushing the deficit too hard, too much protein, not enough carb. And I'm getting some negative effects and some, I think, holding a little water from it. So I'm actually adjusting. What do you mean? I mean, when I have a client who are gaining slow and the bench is only going, how strong are they, Bronze? Beginners too. Coach burns 2 times a week. Guys normally burn. Coach, you like your women shaved? I can go either way, man, honestly. But that's besides the point. What does that have to do with training? Not strong enough, so we're talking about a 150-pound bench, okay? So you got a guy who's got 150 bench and he's gaining weight at all? Getting him fat's not the solution. So maybe you got to fix his programming. Because I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. I've taken a client before. Okay, here we go. I've taken a client who couldn't bench 135 for 5. He was struggling to get there. He had been stuck. He was a novice. He came to me. I fixed his programming, right? And in that same time frame, without gaining any body weight, he didn't really go up at all. So all lean. I think his best is like 125 for 5. I had him at like 155 or 160 for 5 within a few months, or 165. So there's something else wrong going on with your situation. That didn't require us to bulk at all. He might have gained a pound, right? Hey, coach. What's up, Peppermint? What's up, Lars? Love those likes. Appreciate those likes and support, guys. Thank you so much. You're asking Matthias what's his motive. What do you mean what's his motive? He just said, hey, coach. His motive is to say hello. That's not the client, Matthias, by the way, in case you didn't know that. So you give a like for Daddy Matthias. Yeah, he probably did. Morning, John. Coach, what are those sounds? I'm out walking down a